In the first second of this video, before you turn your head anywhere, let us invite you to pause. Breathe in slowly, and let this atmosphere greet you calmly. What you will hear is not just a snippet of the episode, but a series of emotions that build slowly and leave a deep impression on many viewers that if you're an army man, or anyone who loves stories about genuine human relationships, make sure you stick around until the end. Because every moment in this episode holds a meaning that is often missed at a glance. Episode 8 of Season 2 opens unhurriedly. No emotional outbursts. There is no forced drama. That's exactly where his strength lies. The atmosphere feels calmer, more peaceful, but full of feelings that seem to be waiting for the right time to come to the surface. In this episode, Jungkook and Jimin are not shown as idols on the big stage. They are present as two human beings who are in the same emotional space. Their gazes, small pauses in conversation, and barely conscious body language form a subtle tension that makes it difficult for the audience to take their eyes off. As time went on, the mood of the two slowly changed. There was a moment when Jungkook was silent longer than usual. Then Jimin turned his head with an expression that was difficult to explain. Not too sad, not too happy. The emotions that arise feel mature, calm, and very deep. Many viewers felt the sensation as if they were witnessing a private moment. A moment that only two people should have. And this is where episode 8 begins to show the reasons why so many people call it one of the most emotional episodes, not because the scene is dramatic. Except for the fact that it's honest. As Jungkook and Jimin chuckled, the warmth was evident. When they are silent, there is an understanding that does not need to be spoken. And when the hug finally happened, the mood changed slowly. The hug was unhurried. Not made up. No need for words. A hug that left many fans speechless. Not because they are surprised, but because they participate in the feelings that arise naturally. If you've been watching up to this point, you're probably starting to wonder why a simple hug can feel so impactful. The answer lies in the emotional journey that builds up from the beginning of the episode. All the gazes, little smiles and light conversations before led to that moment. The hug is not a sudden climax, but the result of a long-established bond and demonstrated in the most tender way. In the middle of the episode, time slows down. Many onlookers noticed that they were holding their breath involuntarily. You want to know what will happen next, but at the same time, you don't want this moment to end. Jungkook and Jimin's relationship is presented in a safe, sincere, and respectful manner. Anyone can enjoy it without feeling uncomfortable or getting lost in exaggerated interpretations. This episode also reminds us that emotions don't always have to be expressed in big words. Sometimes, being with someone we trust is enough. Even a short hug can convey more meaning than a long conversation. This is what makes episode 8 feel so close to real life. And maybe that's the reason why many viewers feel personally touched after watching it. At the end of the episode, the mood does not immediately change to cheerful or sad. His feelings were left to hang warmly. The viewer is not forced to feel something specifically, but is given space to reflect. Many fans admitted that they would like to rewatch this episode. Not in search of new sensations, but in order to again feel the same emotions. Calm, honest, and settled emotions. If this story feels like it's slowly pulling you in and keeping you going until now, it's because of the power of a patiently constructed emotional narrative. Here is a small invitation from us. If you like this kind of content, stay with Bangtan News today. There are still many moments that can be discussed more deeply with a safe, honest, and meaningful point of view. Leave your reaction. Share your feelings. And if you feel connected, support us in a simple way so that stories like this can continue to come and go with you. The 8th episode of the season may not be the most explicitly emotional episode. It was more like the deepest whisper. And often, it is the whisper that stays in the heart the longest. Even after the screen dimmed, many viewers still thought about the small details. Jungkook took a breath before speaking. Jimin's way of listening without interrupting. And how their presence feels so natural to each other. The rhythm of this episode is noticeably different. No rush. Does not impose emotions. The audience is invited to walk slowly, as if sitting in the same room with them. No dramatic music dominates. No exaggerated visual effects. Everything is allowed to flow as it is. And that is precisely where that sense of security and tranquility arises. A hug in the spotlight is not the point of the story. It's just part of a long emotional journey. A natural response that arises without coercion. Interestingly, this episode does not give a definite answer about what the audience should feel. Everyone is free to interpret. Some feel warm. Some feel calm. All feelings are valid. In the end, episode 8 of season 2 isn't about one scene or one hug. It's about a journey of slowly growing emotions. About sincere presence. And about how a simple moment can have such an impact, and perhaps that's precisely why this episode feels emotional without the need to say it directly.